Good morning and good afternoon. We are so excited to be partnering with Crestron today. I want to introduce you to Bill Strupp from Crestron. Hello, Bill.
Hey, Jay, how are you?
Great, great. We are very excited to be partnering with Crestron in today, not only for our live event, but also in our virtual trade show. We're going to go ahead and get started. Bill, if you'd like to take over, go for it, my friend. We're also going to have a Q&A in the chat session. So if you have any questions along today's presentation, please feel free to ask those and we will make sure that all questions get answered. Go ahead, Bill. Have a great day.
Thanks, Jay. Okay, gang, I'll go ahead and get started. I'm Bill Strupp from Crestron Electronics. My email's below if you have any questions. I've also got one of our education partner liaisons, Ryan Burnt, handling the chat. So again, thank everyone for joining. Should be a short presentation, just under 30 minutes, really understanding and making sure you understand what products Crestron has and how they may fit in the solutions that you need. So again, feel free to ask those questions in the chat. I'm going to post a link to download this presentation for you all so you can reference whatever you'd like at the end. And then again, any other follow-up questions afterwards, feel free to hit the chat link in our booth and you can engage us directly. We're happy to follow up. So the first thing I want to make sure everyone's aware of is our A+ partnership with the schools. So we have a partnership that provides a lot of benefits to the schools directly, including education pricing. We have a rewards program, free technical design assistance, dedicated liaisons, somebody to work with directly. That's like myself and Ryan who are on this. Free online training. The in-person is kind of on hold at this point, but our online training is really expanded. Direct technical support. We can do advanced replacements on gear directly if need be. You get a longer warranty on your Crestron products. You go from 3 years to 5 years. And again, if you're not already an A+ partner, we can get you set up. There's also a link below that you can always access to find out more about the program. So the best part of the program, as I mentioned, are the people, right? We've got an army of us surround the country that work with engineering, work with marketing, and also work directly with you schools to help you understand what is maybe the right solution for you, share what other schools have done, and we've got a great education community around this. You all are being asked to support, design, and deliver rooms of varying sizes and states. Not just a single projector with a handful of sources in a room. We've really got to, handle all these types, and Crestron fits into all of these solutions. But it really starts with us with management. So we have a few management platforms, Fusion being one of them. Fusion is a server-based software that can live on your servers, or we can host it. It can get direct feedback from Crestron systems via custom programming. So it can let you know when your lamp hours have hit a spot. It can tie into scheduling so you can shut your projectors down in the evenings. It even has virtual help desk built in, so I can push a help button on the touch panel to generate an alert. And the cool part of all this goes back into a database, so you can run reports and actually learn what's going on in the rooms, who's asking for help, as well as understand, are we using VGA anymore, or do we use this document camera, et cetera. So we've got a lot of information on that. We've also got another management platform called XiO CLOUD, which is an up-and-comer. XiO CLOUD's a little different, a little more flexible in some scenarios. It's actually built on Microsoft's Azure platform. This gives me the ability to push software and firmware directly into rooms. There is a per room charge. We've even got free 30-day promotions that you can try it out and see if it makes sense for you. And also has the ability to take that data and push it into your own custom dashboard, depending on what you're using. One of our big announcements from a few months ago is our new warranty program. So traditionally, we've been like most other manufacturers, where if you have a defective unit, you can send it back to us. We can repair it under warranty and then send it back to you. As of October, that's changed. We're now moving to advanced replacement. So again, if you have a defective product, you call our True Blue support line. They'll walk you through some troubleshooting. If it is indeed bad, they send you another one. We ask you to just send the old one back to us. but it is hands down the #1 best warranty in the industry. We also just revised our training portal. We've actually customized all of our online trainings into tracks. So this is very helpful for your team. So if your education team has design engineers, has programmers, has just field technicians, you can start them off on the core track, and then they can each do their own tracks depending on what they want to follow. These classes are 100% free. Most of them are online, self-paced. Some are actually instructor-led, but we do have those available. Also pay attention in the spring for our master's training. So we have a master's technology architect class, the MTA. So we'll offer that again. That's a great little certification to have, and I think we're going to wrap that around a larger event as well. I want to take a moment to talk about our Crestron One app. There's a lot of need from the field to be able to not have to touch anything when you come in the room. How the Crestron One app works is a free download for your faculty, free download for your customers. They would walk into a room, they would pair up, they would hold their mobile device in front of the touch panel. It connects to the touch panel via Bluetooth, and now the touch panel controls are on the mobile device. So it makes it so you can enable what you want them to control that way. There's no custom code. There is a monthly license if it's something you'd like to have. It is very secure. Since we use Bluetooth, we're not making the mobile device and the control system be on the same network, which is a no-go in a lot of institutions. So we've also got a link down below if you would like to learn more about that or engage with us. We're happy to help. We also did just release a brand new 70 series touch panels. These were announced at the beginning of this month. We're very excited. We have these in a 5-inch, a 7-inch, and a 10-inch. You'll notice that we don't have a tabletop kit option anymore. We now have a tabletop touch panel. So a whole new series of touch panels. Some of the new features are neat. We've added a proximity sensor that can wake up the panel when somebody walks up to it. That can also trigger an event, like maybe turning the system on. We added additional resolution into every display, so the video quality is better than ever. We made the bezel smaller. We eliminated the hard buttons on the side, but we do still have the ability to gesture those out and add those back into the system as need be. One of the neat new features is it's also Wi-Fi capable. If I'm not able to get a network pull, I'm able to have this on my wireless network, and it can communicate with my control system. But it is a much faster processor and the traditional enterprise security that you've always expected from Crestron. One of the options that we have is to use our touch panels as scheduling panels as well. I've seen these happen in a lot of new buildings around some of the campuses. They're kind of eye candy in some scenarios. These can talk directly to Office 365, G Suite, Ad Astra, CollegeNet, or R25. And we've also have an Android capability on these where we can actually run the Android apps for a lot of other scheduling partners like EMS. So it can live right on the wall. It's an enterprise grade product. And you even have the ability of customizing some of the backgrounds. And what I've seen some schools do, which I thought was neat, was they put a max occupancy in the background because maybe that conference room that hold 12 really now only is allowed to hold 6. So they can actually put those out there and dynamically change those as things change. Down below, we also have the ability to run native Teams rooms as well as native Zoom rooms on our touch panels. Again, using our Android connectivity or capability, we can run their applications directly on our touch panels, and we can run our traditional touch panel project as well as, and then toggle to the Zoom application and then toggle back. So I don't need 2 controls to run the system. I can have one. And very important in our new hybrid learning environments where we're leveraging these platforms. We have our room indicator signs that can go along with our scheduling panels. These are just a simple USB connection to it. We have had some customers that have asked for some basic, I just need to turn my display on and maybe toggle between 2 sources on the display. These BPC8s are used in K through 12 as well as basic conference rooms. And a lot of people are trying to get these systems up and out. Simple systems, make them easy. And we've seen a lot of people rely on AV Framework. That is a pre-configured code that ultimately it gets configured from a web browser. So I can add in the switcher that I'm using, my display, the control interface, put it together, and it's done. Very simple, very scalable, and also provides consistency. So if I'm doing 10 of the same room, I can make a configuration, and then I can deploy that single configuration to the 9 other rooms and make things simple. We added some additional functionality to it in a recent update, and we're starting to see additional capabilities with each update every few months. We can now support direct DM and DM Lite endpoints, so I could take a DM transmitter, run that right in HD-based-T into a projector. We've just recently added NVX in as well, so I can now support 10 NVX transmitters to 1 receiver. Or early next year, we're going to be able to do more, as well as have some USB control as well. Part of AV Framework in that envelope is our button panels, and I see schools using these in very basic classrooms and conference rooms. With these, it's a control processor built into the panel, dedicated mute, volume, and power controls. I have 6, 9, or 10 configurable buttons that I can do, simple and PoE powered. I can pair this control interface with maybe one of our DM Lite HDMI extenders. And we have different transmitters and different receivers that are part of the same ecosystem. So I could say maybe I need HDMI and a laptop connection. So laptop and PC at the lectern up to a single display. So I could wrap those around using that button panel, using the DM Lite transmitter and receiver, and now I can get PC and laptop up to a projector. I can control that projector. The cool part is all this can be done in AV Framework without any heavy lifting programming. If you need more inputs, that's really when you jump into a DMPS. This is ultimately the backbone of a lot of the education institutions are the DMPS. This is our best seller and the most flexible pieces we have. They're audio video switchers, microphone mixers, control systems, amplifiers. So these fit a lot of different variations, also capable in AV Framework. One of the popular things I've seen recently is taking microphone inputs from the room in a classroom and then taking them out, the audio out, putting them directly into the PC. So now I can make that a web-enabled classroom with regular microphones. Here's a design example that we have from our AV Framework design guide. This is, you know, a classroom maybe with a PC, a laptop. I need a Blu-ray player, maybe wireless presentation or a document camera. Those can go into a DMPS, out to a receiver box, to a single display, add an amplifier, marry it up with a touch panel. Again, all this under AV Framework, easy to get up and off. If I need more, that's maybe when we jump into like our DMPS 350 series. So I've got more sources, up to 8 inputs, and then 4 outputs. In this scenario, we're running HD-based-T projectors. So I don't even need a receiver box. I can go directly out of the DMPS right into the HD-based-T projector. So very simple solutions to add on to it. As you grow and you need more flexibility, that's when you come into NVX. And this is the #1 video over IP solution in the industry. We're able to deliver the best resolutions and video quality with the smallest amount of latency without gobbling up a ton of bandwidth. And the only reason we're able to do it is we partnered with this little company called Intel. And they make this great Intel Aria chipset that we've used, and it's delivered amazing performance. We can support USB routing bidirectionally on these for your cameras and your microphones. We also can support audio, digital audio of AES-67 and Dante. And a great thing about these is these are actually this is the only video over IP solution that's been certified by the US military as given it a certificate of networthiness, or as they call it, JITC certification, which is, we're very, very proud of. There's no one else that has that. We can do video walls, there's scaling built into it. And again, we can build a small system and we can continue to grow. We actually just announced our 3rd generation of NVX. That's our 360 series. We've added an additional network port on there to break out Dante and AES67 onto different VLANs, if that's important to you. We've made the form factor a little smaller, and it's also now PoE plus powered. Still has the scaling built in. I can treat it as an encoder, or I can reboot it and have it be treated as a decoder. We also have added a new piece that ships, I guess, at the end of this month. This is our E760. This actually takes a native DM input into the NVX platform. So I could take a DM or a DM Lite wall plate, feed that right into this, and now I've got video over IP streaming. Or I could take an existing DM system, and now I can stream that out as well. Where I've seen these solutions used in education, a lot of times you may have a nursing school. These medical simulation centers are becoming more and more common, where there's multiple sources and multiple displays wrapped around a center. This gives them that capability of routing it. A real popular one that we've seen this become a standard is esports and gaming, where latency cannot happen and video quality and flexibility are needed, because maybe I started with 10 consoles and all of a sudden now I need 20. So as opposed to buying another video switch and trying to marry that up, I can just keep adding NVX endpoints, which makes this nice and easy. And then probably the most common is the collaborative learning environment. These are more and more popular. You have an instructor station, and then you'll have collaborative tables with 6 or so students at each table. The great part of NVX is that could be 3 tables, that could be 300 tables. It honestly can scale to whatever size room that you need. So if the faculty wants their information at every screen, they could do that. But if table 6 is doing something cool, I could route that up on the main screen for reference. It gives just ultimate flexibility. It's a simple solution and it works great. I know many of you are embracing USB and trying to get those into your classrooms, where I need to add cameras, I need to add microphones. So I just want to let you know we do have our USB extenders in various flavors. These are our point-to-point, our EXT2 series. So one plugs into the other. And we have them where you can get wall plate on one end and boxes on the other, depending on your needs. And we also have network-based ones. And these network-based solutions give me the flexibility of plugging into a network or working alongside an NVX platform to allow you to route multiple endpoints to a single PC, or also to switch, and I can do that programmatically. Another popular piece has been our MMX6 USB. This is a 6 mic input mixer with a USB output. And so I've seen these used in very basic classrooms. Maybe we don't have a ton of budget, but I can maybe hang a 3-element ceiling mic over the students, give a lapel mic and to the faculty, route those in, plug it in via USB, and now they can run whatever platform they want. The kids at the far end can now hear the kids in the room if need be. Simple, effective, no programming. I'll also bring up this piece. I just added this in. This is a piece that one of my schools is using. This is RS-232 to USB. And what they're doing with this piece is, from the touch panel, they're actually launching the Zoom application on the PC. This actually can replicate keystrokes and mouse movements from the control system. So figured I'd put that in there in case anybody wanted to get real creative. A lot of automation we're seeing recently is wrapped around occupancy. So maybe I want that room on when I come in, so I don't have to push any buttons, or off when I leave. We have a PoE powered occupancy sensor, full web setup, so you can dial in the sensitivity and make it work perfectly for you. I could also marry that up into our wireless presentation system. That's our Air Media 2 system. And this system is continuing to grow. So as an example, I can marry this system up where if I walk into the room, the system turns on, PC's on screen. If I plugged in my laptop would overtake, or if I logged into the wireless presentation system, it would switch. Again, I walk out of the room, the system shuts down. Again, this is all underneath the AV framework. So again, no programming for this, but again, you could also do something custom as well. And that's one of the unique things about our Air Media. It's not just a wireless presentation system. it is also a control system in itself as well. We just added some new updates. We added with we add a USB Wi-Fi dongle to it. We have the ability of generating our own guest network from the Air Media. So that way the guests that would come in can join that. The Air Media can be wired on your internal network. Both people can present. In fact, we just added Air Media Canvas that allows 2 people to be on screen simultaneously. So lots of capability, and again, more features are always being added to Air Media to make it better. I do want to talk a little bit about our Flex system. So our platform, that is. Flex ultimately is flexible in where it's web conferencing, but maybe it's universal, maybe it's wrapped around Zoom, or maybe it's wrapped around Teams. Those are our good web conferencing partners that we've been working with. So just wanted to make sure you're aware of some of the solutions and how that works. I'm not going to dig into the model numbers, but you can always circle back on this presentation later. So this is our series. This is our Flex Cart series. These are perfect for smaller spaces or medium spaces that I need something that's temporary, that I can pull it into this room, or we're using the gym today and I can wheel this into the gym. It's really 2 cable connections. It's a network connection and it's a power connection. We've got them available with our Mercuries. We've got them available with our sound bars. And these work perfect for you to go from room to room. We even have universal ones. So if I just want to plug a laptop in, I can do that. Our Mercury Minis, this is a new one. You may be familiar with our Mercuries. The Mercury Minis a little for smaller rooms. Right now, they're just designed for Zoom rooms, team rooms, as well as Teams audio. For the traditional Mercury, we've updated some of our model numbers and just changed them to simplify them. We have universal systems. We also have ones that are geared towards Teams and Zoom. And then we even have the last one, the UC MX50T. This one actually is a native Teams environment with the ability to bring in a laptop to be universal. So I could have a native Teams room, bring in my laptop and run Zoom on my laptop, and it'll work with all the peripherals. For larger rooms, we've also added an included AVI PTZ camera, as well as an additional microphone. So we have those available as well. Our sound bars have been very popular. In fact, that's what I'm using right now, the SB1 cam. It's got the Hudley IQ cam built into it. But we also have these available with our Teams codecs and Zoom codecs for single display and dual display rooms, as well as the C series. The C series is our custom integrator series, because maybe you're using your camera and you're using a 2x2 ceiling tile Shure microphone with a DSP, and that's going in. I can leverage all of those peripherals, plug it into this, and have a native Teams or Zoom environment. I can create my own system, if you will, from this with dual display, 2 at the front, 2 at the back, people on one content or the other. I could even tie that into a DMPS, where here's my traditional classroom, and now I'm treating this Teams codec as almost like a traditional codec with content in, content out, and then I can route my document camera into it, just like a traditional codec. So we have all these application designs available. Want to let you know about a couple promotions. These are ending on 12/31. So we have an MX promotion for Flex. We also have a DMPS upgrade for A+ partners. If you're upgrading old 2 series, you can upgrade to the 3 series, DMPS 350 with Air Media. We give you a discount there. And then 2 Air Media promotions. One is a free occupancy sensor. The other is just straight up discount on the Air Media 200 with when you're upgrading an old AM 100 or 101. You can always check out crestron.com/promotions to find out what the latest ones are. So Bill, where do I go to get all this cool stuff? Well, reach out to your local AVI-SPL rep. AVI-SPL is Crestron's largest partner. It actually got more trained employees than any other integrator. AVI-SPL also has state and government contracts all over the country. Crestron's on every one of those. So feel free to reach out to your local rep with any questions or to follow up on anything I've said today. That's it. Didn't seem like we had too many questions in chat, and I know I hit everybody with a lot, but what I'm going to do is thank you guys. And I'm going to go ahead and post in the chat the link to the presentation.
Thank you, Bill. Great job. As you're updating that, certainly I wanted to kind of tag on some of the things that you had mentioned. You know, certainly with AVI-SPL, we are able to certainly go into each room and understand that, you know, not every classroom or area is going to be exactly the same thing. We're able to bring in not only our sales reps, but also engineers to make sure that we're able to satisfy every need that you've got, not only from a learning perspective, but also I love the things that Bill mentioned as pertaining to occupancy monitoring, as well as control as well. Bill, would you like to maybe mention just a little bit more? I know we've gotten a lot of questions today in the Vibe event about touchless solutions. And I know that Crestron has got some solutions that really have been top of mind for, especially for this year.
Sure. The occupancy sensor has been a very popular one. And then also with our touch panel, there's a new proximity sensor. And, you know, occupancy sensors can handle a whole room. Proximity sensors, really, you have to be in front of the touch panel. And just, again, using the Crestron automation, it gives you that ability to customize the environment so you don't have to push a button or anything like that. Things can just happen. And that's a lot of times working with your integrator to find out what's best. I've seen some solutions where with Crestron, if they just wake this system up and move the mouse, and it wakes up the PC in the room, that's automatically going to turn on the projector and turn the system on and switch to that input. So, you know, we've seen that as become more and more common to simplify the end user's process to also make it as zero touch friendly as possible as well.
That's a perfect example. Excellent. Ryan, are there any questions that have came in via the chat room?
Nope, it looks like we're all good in the chat room. If anybody wants to say anything but hi, I'm here. But I think we're cool.
Excellent. Well, we've got just a couple of minutes remaining, but I want to remind everybody after today's presentation, make sure that you stop by our virtual trade show. We've got a live chat, not only that, but we've also got the ability to download any of the information that is presented in today's events. Certainly there's some really great videos as well as resources that are made available for you via the booths, but then certainly the information that is provided from Bill today is also going to be made available for you as well. So we look forward to supporting you not only today, but also in the immediate future as well. Certainly one of the things that we're seeing is that there is a lot of schools that are going through a lot of the same things, no matter where you are across North America. We've got a lot of schools that are in person, but we've also got a lot of folks that, because of the virus and different things, are having to go immediately to a hybrid solution. And so we've got the ability to not only help you out with any of those needs that you possibly have, but also to make sure that as you're making your plans for 2021, that we've got some solutions that are going to work very, very well for you, no matter what your learning environment is going to look like. So keep those kind of things in mind. Bill, any closing words that you've got as we are wrapping up today's session?
No, I just want to thank everybody for being great Crestron partners. Please visit us at the chat in the booth. Be happy to answer any other questions that you may have or follow-up questions. Or if you need to get in contact with your local rep, we can help that as well. But really, just thanks for being a great Crestron partner.
Excellent. Well, Bill and Ryan, thank you very much for your help today.
Thank you very much. Yeah,
Yeah.
super helpful. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Have a great day, everyone. And we look forward to having more conversation in the near future. Thank you.
Thanks, Jay.
Thanks, Jay.
Thank you.